I'm gonna play devil's advocate today. My feed has been plagued with Cenat hate and doom posting over the last few days. My YouTube feed has been constantly videos like, Cenat's done, Cenat's losing all of his fans, it's over for Cenat. And it's been pretty confusing to me because as far as my knowledge serves me, Cenat is a pretty unproblematic streamer for the most part. Like, he isn't really somebody who's known for lots of beef and controversy. So seeing all of these posts pop up into my feed made me really curious as to what exactly he'd done for him to be receiving all of this hate all of a sudden. And after going through it, while some of it is warranted, I figured today I would come onto my channel and I would make kind of like a defense video almost. I'm gonna be Cenat's lawyer. Not because I'm his biggest fan or anything, mainly just because I thought it would be a fun video to make. So I'm gonna address the two biggest things I see Cenat getting hate for currently. One being the school in Makoko, Nigeria he promised to build and allegedly isn't building, and two being the lack of donation made to Mr. Beast's Team Water charity over the last week. So let's start at number one, which is the school in Makoko. In late 2024, during Mafiathon 2, Kai pledged that 20% of his streaming revenue would fund building a school in Makoko, Nigeria, which is a floating community, following a personal visit, which I'll play a clip from.
It's so nice to meet all of you guys. You guys have so much great energy. I want to do as much as I can to help you guys and just be able to make sure you guys get better classrooms and stuff like that. Whatever they tell me you guys need, we're going to make sure you guys have good stuff, okay?
He promised on stream that the school would be finished being built soon and even teased some live stream events. Come April this year, Kai shared that he'd purchased land, drafted structural plans including playgrounds and sports facilities, and the projected total budget at the time was about $2.4 million.
Set up 75,000 to the 4 weeks, phase 2, land selected, purchased 800,000, permits and pre-construction 75,000, construction is $1 million to 1.5 million. And it's the operation. The total will ultimately cost $2.4 million, chat.
Now this was a really big deal to the point where even the NFL Foundation had contributed $100,000 to support the building of the school back in February. But despite funding and updates, skepticism was still mounting. Critics were questioning the transparency of the budget, the pace of the progress, which seems to be the biggest issue now, or whether funds were being used effectively. Commentators and content creators jumped to call it a scam, and what started off as a nice initiative for Kai quickly became a catalyst for controversy. Now in this situation, I think that this is a common case of people just jumping to conclusions too fast. I think it's very likely that when Kai made the promise to build this Makoko school, he had a very different figure in his head as to what he thought it would cost opposed to what it actually costs to build this school. This is mainly evident in the fact that he believed it would cost about 20% of what he would make from Mafiathon 2 to build the school, opposed to it actually costing about 2/3 of what he made during Mafiathon 2. And I'm not saying that that's an excuse for the school to not be built. I do think that the school will end up being built. Now that the cost has been laid out and the groundwork's been set, I do think the school will come up. Projects like this likely just take lots of time. It's only been less than 6 months since Kai stated that he purchased the land and drafted the structural plans for the school, and because of the location, Makoko being a floating community, constructing a structurally sound building would likely be a pretty complex build. Makoko is a notoriously difficult location to build in due to its waterlogged terrain, unstable ground, and its susceptibility to flooding and storms, so to ensure that the building is as structurally sound as possible, it would likely just take lots of time. And look, again, I entirely expect that this school will be built, so if it does turn out that the school never does get built, then this situation would be cause for controversy, but I think the controversy has come too early, and by the time we get to the point that the school is actually built, this whole controversy will have been pointless. Another thing that I see rarely spoken about is the fact that Makoko is an informal settlement. A lot of skepticism has been bred around the assumption that building in Lagos would be inexpensive due to building in Nigeria being generally cheap. But Makoko specifically is an illegal settlement with no formal land titles, so building in Makoko specifically would actually be a little bit more difficult than building in any legal settlement in Nigeria, which also explains the unusually high cost of building building the school in that area. Unless the school is never actually built, which I wouldn't have expected the school to be built by this time. Now, the second thing Kai is getting dragged for currently is a much less nuanced controversy, which is Mr. Beast's Team Water donations. In a nutshell, Mr. Beast was running a campaign called Team Water, which aimed at raising $40 million to provide clean drinking water to places in Africa. And despite being publicly called out, called on stream on numerous occasions, Kai ultimately decided not to donate to the Team Water campaign. Now, this led to critics on the internet calling Kai things like selfish, saying his ego got to him, etc, etc. Now, in this situation, it may seem a bit harder to defend Cenat's lack of donations, but in reality, Kai didn't ever actually have any responsibility to donate to Team Water. I don't know what it is with internet critics and policing what other people do with their own money, especially celebrities. I guarantee a lot of these people who are in these comments saying, oh my god, Cenat's the worst person on planet Earth for not donating to Team Water. It's not like they donated themselves either, so I don't think it's fair to drag Cenat for not donating $400,000 to Team Water when these people didn't donate $4 to Team Water. Mr. Beast even said himself that Cenat was not obliged to donate to Team Water just because everybody's asking him to.
No, I'm actually being serious. Chill. Like, Kai doesn't have to donate to Team Water. Obviously, there are charities I don't donate to. Just everyone calm the hell down.
And you can go down the route of his whole aversion to publicly being associated with Aiden Ross, but I don't even think you really have to do that. I think the situation is as simple as Kai didn't want to donate to Team Water, or he felt he didn't need to donate to Team Water, so he didn't, and I think that's fine. Cenat's got his own charities that he's working on, like the Makoko School that I still think is being built. And I think that's okay. I don't think that just because everybody is saying, oh my god, Kai, you need to donate to Team Water because Mr. Beast is running it, I don't think that mandates him to donating to Team Water. So that's my defense of Cenat. I don't know, it's not like I've ever been the biggest consumer of his content. I just kind of felt like doing it today. I do lots of commentary stuff on this channel, so if you're new here, feel free to hit a like and please subscribe to the channel because I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.